I'm Kristen Hall with Energized Nutrition, and I'm here to offer you some personal training in the kitchen, helping you to strengthen your culinary muscles. Hi there, I'm Kristen. Today we're going to make a Thai-inspired noodle salad. So let's get started. So what we need to do to get our Thai-inspired salad going is getting all our vegetables chopped and prepared. So I just want to show you how I'm doing my matchstick carrots. I'm going to take my carrot, chop it up in half, and then chop it up again. So when you have a round vegetable, you want to create that flat surface on the bottom so that it doesn't roll around. Whenever you're thinking about knife skills, you definitely want to be thinking about safety. So we're taking our carrot and we're chopping it, and then we're rotating it again and chopping it into thinner sticks. If you didn't want to do matchsticks, you could do slices. You could even shred the carrots, especially for some of our younger people in our life. You could definitely do shredded carrots. And so with that, I'm going to pop that into my little bowl of carrots that are already prepared, and I've already done that with my cucumbers as well. So it is the same technique. Now what I'm going to do is chop up my red pepper. So what I did is I did cut it in half, and you can see on the inside that I've got the ribs of the pepper here. So I'm just going to take that out, and I always go from the inside. And so again, I'm just going to do nice little strips like that. The best kind of knife to be using at this point is a nice sharp one. A sharp knife is one of your best tools to have in the kitchen. A dull knife is a little bit like a dull pencil. It's really ineffective. So everyone's got a different preference of the kind of knives that they use, but the best one to use at this point is one that is sharp. So if you haven't had them sharpened in a while, definitely go get those sharpened up. And then I'm just going to chop them again. So now you can see I've got nice little strips. I'm going to put those with my yellow peppers that I've already done. And finally, I'm going to get my mint leaves all chopped up. Of course, they've been washed. And what I'm going to do is just sort of roll them up here and then just go through and run my knife through them like that. If you've never added in fresh herbs into your salad, I think you're missing out. And so adding in these fresh mint leaves is going to add a nice pop of freshness to the salad. So all we need to do now is assemble it, but before we assemble it, we want to make our dressing to go with this salad. So let's get that ready next. So now we're going to get our Thai salad dressing put together. So any dressing is a mixture of fat, acid, sweet, salt, and maybe some flavorings. So for the fat, I've got some peanut butter here. So we're going to add that to our little bowl here. You can see I'm using a natural peanut butter. If you haven't made the switch over, I'd encourage you to try. It really is, it's just peanuts and a little bit of oil. And if you find that you don't like the oil at the top of the jar, just store it upside down because that helps it to be all mixed in together when you go to use it. So I've got some natural peanut butter and I've got some sesame oil. So I'm going to add that in. Acid, so we've got some rice wine vinegar. And then I'm going to add in 1 lime. So when you're taking lemon or lime, you want to sort of roll it around in your hands first, pressing down on it. And what that does is it helps to get a little bit more juice out of the lime. So we're going to chop that in half. Take my squeezer. I always put it face down. And we're just going to extract as much lime juice out of that as we can. If you don't have a citrus juicer like this, you could just use your hands. But I have one of these. This is one of my favorite gadgets in the kitchen. So we're going to squeeze the heck out of that lime. Move that out of the way. So the sweet, I've got some honey here. If you didn't have honey, you could use brown sugar, or you could use maple syrup even. So I do have honey though, so that's what I'm using here. Fat, acid, sweet, and salt. So now I've got some sodium reduced soy sauce. We'll add that in. We've also got a little bit of water just to help to thin out the dressing a little bit. And then I'm going to add in some garlic cloves. So you can chop them up really small, or you can do what I'm doing here, and that's just grating them. You don't want big pieces of garlic in your sauce or in your dressing. So we're just gonna shred them like that. That makes them nice and small. Whoops, whoops, you don't want that to go in there. Then you can take the back of that and just pop those in. And then we're gonna add in some ginger root. So this is what it sort of looks like in the store, and we just peeled off the skin. And again, what I'm gonna do is just grate it like that and get all that yummy ginger flavor in there. If you have leftover ginger, you could pop it in your freezer and then just take it out of the freezer whenever you need it. You could also make like a ginger tea. There's lots of different ways of using ginger. You could put it in a stir fry, and that just makes your kitchen smell amazing. Okay, and then the last ingredient I'm going to use is like a sweetened Thai chili sauce, just to add in a little bit of heat into that dressing. So we're gonna get that all mixed in, and then we're ready to assemble our salad. So now we're ready to assemble all our salad. So I'm gonna take my whole grain pasta noodles and pop those into my bowl. I used a whole grain pasta noodle because they're a little higher in fiber and protein, so they're gonna help contribute to that feeling of satisfaction. I'm gonna take my chopped up lettuce, pop that in. I'm gonna add in my chopped up carrots and chopped up cucumbers. Then I'm gonna add in my chopped up bell peppers. And for the protein, I'm gonna use some edamame beans that have been shelled. So I'll add those in. If you don't have edamame beans, you could use a cooked chicken, you could use a cooked pork, a cooked beef, you could use some shrimp, but we're using plant-based edamame beans. We're gonna top it with a little bit of fresh mint. Fresh mint is gonna add in that pop of freshness to the salad. I'm gonna top it then with our sauce. Mix that all in together. We don't actually need quite that much. And then we're gonna garnish it with some cashews. I hope you enjoy this as much as I know I'm gonna enjoy it. Bye for now.